So in today's video, we're going to be taking a classic old computer. Now this is an old Phenom 2 computer. We are going to bring it some new life into itself. It's actually, pretty dusty. And there's still plenty of uses for this old style PC. So you can actually use it into a dedicated streaming PC. Tons of uses. Whatever you use your older PC for, let me know in the comment section. But we're going to be putting it into its NZXT case. As you can see, this case has not been too kind to his computer over the years. It's about ready to fall apart. So, it's an old thermaltake case, very old. Here you go. And set that to the side. I have Boss helping me today. And let's just jump into it and I'll show you what we're working with. So this is the case. We're going to clean everything out and look at it. That's the GeForce 960 SSC gigabyte motherboard, AMD Phenom 2, and some things to note about this. I think these fans up here is dead. Yeah, that's dead. I don't think any front facing fans. They are not. There's a CD-ROM drive that ain't even hooked up. We can just leave that unhooked. Is this fan dead? It still spins. Ooh, that's dusty. So if you're doing this yourself, make sure your system is off. The power is completely off and unplugged. You don't want a ground going into the wall. You want to make sure it's been powered off for a few seconds and completely unplugged. But the graphics card not even screwed in, so we're gonna probably remove it first. Probably the simplest thing. We do have a front-facing fan here, and I don't think it's giving us any airflow, guys. Maybe that's set up for exhaust. I can't tell. Let's get this assembly started. So right under here, you want to, on these older boards, pretty well, do that. Then we can pull it straight out. The little tab, you can see the little tab right here in the video. Let's go ahead. And always make sure you properly ground yourself. Pretty well just mash on that tab and pull out. Pretty simple. This is a graphics card. Very beautiful, especially for a 960. Be nice to have a 1070 tossed in this. One of the Pascal cards. It's got a nice backing plate on it. We're going to clean all this stuff off before we put it back into a new case. We are not putting it back into the case dusty because, ooh. So the next step is going to be unplugging hard drives. That's what we're going to do next. So take all the SATA connections and unplug them, just like so. And for the core CPU power supply right here. How to get a hand back in onto that. Well, this is a semi-modular power supply. I did not know that, guys. It looks to be, I can't tell what brand it is, but it's semi-modular. That's good. I'll find out when we take it all out here. So now that you got everything unplugged from your motherboard, let's go ahead and remove the fancy power supply out of this thing. It's semi-modular. And see what we got. I bet it's dusty. And most power supplies bolts to the bottom of the case anymore. You don't even see them. I lost a screw, boys. If you got a magnetic pad or somewhere, a magnetic little pad, you can set these on and mark them. It's very handy to do, or a little cup to put them in. Just take pictures and be sure you know where all your bolts go, because you might have to reuse them.
Oh, can't remember.
That's a thermaltake.
You come out like that?
Yeah, we hung on the support for the power supply. I would think it would come out that way. Okay, it's one of those cases. Okay, it's got an adapter on it. That explains a lot. Been a while since I messed with a computer. That's pretty well, probably, what, 15 years old, 12? Something like that. You forget about how they go together, and you have all this stuff that they don't use no more. Like, they don't use these little
Adapters.
Yeah, adapters for these cases anymore. That's something you don't see every day. We have a thermal take power supply. It's a Tough Power XT 750 watt. Now, we might upgrade this later on. This power supply, just get a more efficient version, because technology has come a long way since back in. Get a gold weighted throw in this thing. Okay, we still got this little guy needs unplugged, and I should get to him now. Looks like this fan needs to come off so the motherboard can come out. Ew. I hate to sing the thermals on this computer. So far the top fan wasn't working. This fan looks like it's working, but it's the intake. We have one here, down here, I don't know if it's even working. That's a thermal take. I think that fan works. It ain't got no drag or nothing on it. Still hooked up though. Okay. Zip tie. We might not have to cut that, it might be too cased. Okay, time to remove your motherboard pretty much. And you can use your motherboard box if you're doing this, or if you got any kind of box to lay it on. So, when you're on the last one, you want to hold up on this, where you take it loose so the motherboard does not fall down. Change hands, losing bolts. Here's the motherboard, guys. Nice gigabyte. I got it. A lot of the standoffs stayed on. We're gonna have to take care of that. So, last thing we're taking out of this case will be the hard drive. So let's go ahead and figure out how this comes out. This hard drive looks to be, guys, a Western Digital 1 terabyte. We're good. We're gonna move this out of the way now. So we're gonna clean this CPU next. Let's go ahead and take the core off of it. That's a nice one. Been a while since I dealt with this, but if I remember correctly, that just pops up. Should be one on this side, shouldn't it? Thought there was two. Yeah. Here's this quilt. What's that?
Tilt it down. Can you tilt it?
I can't see it. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the two quilts. Now it should actually come off this bracket, just like so. Ooh, God. You guys, that was in need of some thermal paste. So, we will not need to remove the chip out of this. We can just clean the top of it off. We will get an AIO and match this up the way it needs to be. The RAM, we can pull it out and clean it up. And you just unclip the sides just like so. They'll pop up, and you can pretty much remove them. And we got whip jaws, G-Skill, in this. So we're just going to go ahead and take the CPU chip out. Up she comes. The little gold tab goes down here. Don't forget to get your IO shield when you transferring cases. That goes to your motherboard. I had to remove this and then forgot about it. So I went ahead and did that. Now I'm going to clean all this up. We're going to clean the chip up. We actually removed it. When we're moving your chip, remember you got pins on it, and you don't want to bend any of them pins. And you can see our pins is pretty well perfect. Now head drop straight down, just like so, with the little gold triangle. Head drop down just like so. You don't force it, just be gentle with it. And then put your little thing down over, and it's good to go. Now you can clean this on the board if you're a little, nervous about removing it. And while we at it, we went ahead and removed this, and we're going to put new thermal paste on here too, because that's pretty old thermal paste, and while we at it, why not,